It's whoever the redhead is.
I don't know.
The Moore. What's her name? Julianne Moore?
Julianne Moore. Oh,
So,
okay, sure.
David Lindhagen, a.k.a. Kevin Bacon, a.k.a. my hero, a.k.a. Fried and Crispy. He's my favorite guy in that movie because, like, he's just a nice guy, and he just got kind of shafted there.
Yeah, Shaft, great movie.
I love Shaft.
So we hung out. We got.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about that first night playing. It was like I was reading through my notes. Bottle cap. Something.
We're shooting bottle caps into something.
Yeah, exactly. It was like Pig, but with bottle caps.
Okay.
So we played that with. Remember the bartender, Max? Remember that dude?
Nope.
No, I don't either. But that's what I wrote down. That was his name, Max. Cool guy. He hustled us because it was like 10 pesos to play. So
it was very cheap.
He hustled us for everything we had. We ran out of change that night, which I had written down because the next night the next day went to Underground Caves, right? We had that 2-hour bus ride. You remember that? That 2-hour cramped bus ride with like 6 other people. We stopped at that weird like abandoned playground for lunch. Remember that we had like bag sandwiches or something?
Yeah, I remember. Okay, what was the? Okay, I remember that. But I thought we did like an 8-hour bus ride up north.
That was up till Nido. So you're jumping the gun there. That was the next day. That one was brutal. That one was really, really bad.
That was hard.
The underground caves wasn't too bad. No AC in either of those vans, which that was a rough one. Those
right.
Trips.
So we got in. One thing that was just extremely clear to me once we got there is like this is a huge tourist trap. But it was one, I guess, that was barely justified because it was pretty cool once you got into the caves. Yeah, and it was one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. So
yep. It was one of the UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. So like that was the thing. That was. I remember you saying this like very vividly. This is what is going to qualify the trip. Sorry, like this is our
right
learning experience,
cultural or somewhat tied to the land and all that shit.
Yep.
But and in retrospect, that wasn't what it was. I mean, diving was pretty much what got everything going.
But that was still pretty cool. Once I remember like walking up, they give us these headsets that we're listening to all of this pre-recorded, nonsense. And it's just like, all right, I don't need to listen to this really. I don't remember any of it. I think there was, it was basically saying what parts of the caverns were named what. It was kind of like.
I think our faces coming out of the cave really explained it all. And I wish you could just throw up pictures here.
I know.
Because it would be the perfect time. Because it's a really funny photo.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
The whole boat got a picture, and then you and I were in the back just.
And we were the youngest by probably 30 years.
I was gonna go 50, so we'll call it 40.
Yeah, that's a happy medium. Yeah, that was a good time though. I do remember like coming out of that, and you're like, you saw him taking the picture, like Joey, just make a meme mug.
Yeah. It wasn't a Polaroid, and you had to pay for it later or something.
Yeah, so I just took a picture of it.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yeah. No, it's right here. Oh, perfect. I have it on my bulletin board.
Oh, there you go. Send it. So this is you and I. Oh, man.
It's so blurry, but
so mad.
We're the only ones with no hard hats on, too.
Yeah, we were.
Look at that. I didn't even notice that. Like, even the guide had his hard hat on.
If a fucking stalactite falls off the goddamn roof, I don't care. That's fun. It's a way to go.
We're done for.
Yeah. I mean, hard hats can stop that.
No, those are faces of not caring. I do remember getting, you know what? Maybe Corona came from there because we were getting pooped on by bats.
Well, guano it's a delicacy, so
not my delicacy.
People have been eating bat droppings for years, so don't.
Look, if you're into it, that's fine, but don't
I'm into it.
Don't push your agenda on me. Yeah. So, all right, underground caves, underground river, cool thing, but a very, very small portion of the trip in terms of the excitement, right? Would you
Correct.
say?
Just wanted I put it up front of the trip because I wanted to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then we can go have fun.
Yeah. So we did that. Came back. We were talking to a couple other people. I was reading again that somebody's like, get cash now, because when you get to El Nido, which is where all the partying happens, ATMs are cleared out. So we went out that night for dinner. We didn't stay at the hostel. Went out that night, grabbed some food, just chilled, had some drinks, and then came back to more of the bottle cap, beer cap, baseball or basketball or whatever it was. Lost a whole bunch again.
Yeah, but it was change, and not to sound like kind of a dickish American, but I really didn't want that change in my pocket.
No.
You know, I'm not going to carry that around. I'm not going to carry that burden. It's not my burden. All right?
It's not your burden to bear. No. So you got rid of that change. We called it early, I think, because we had that stupid. That was the long 8-hour bus ride that we had.
It wasn't a bus; it was a van.
A van ride. Yeah, and we were the last ones to get picked up, which was awesome because we had. I again wrote this down. We had the seats with the vents, like right above us. So we were in that first row. Man, it was a rough ride. It took a long time to get there, but we made it.
It was fucking cramped, and I mean, I feel like when you're in a state of distress, your brain doesn't really fire the section of whatever it is that keeps memory. We don't want to know about it. We don't care about it. All I know was that it sucked, and I don't remember much else. I know it was crammed full of people. We had good conversations, but nothing that stuck really.
Right. I don't really remember much about that part. Really, like all the people that we met on that trip, I don't really remember, because there are a couple names I had written down, but I don't really remember these people, which is interesting because in that regard, it's kind of unlike a trip that we've taken before. You know, we actually have good conversations with people at hostels. Like usually there's somebody that sticks, and this was not the case.
I would have remembered more people were it not for the environment that we were in, especially in El Nido, which was very alcohol infused.
Yeah.
But a lot of good people. We had a good time. Really.
Yeah, for sure. So we got to El Nido, checked into the hostel. Our room wasn't quite ready, so we just kind of had to wait for a minute. I think we dropped our bags, and then we walked down to the beach, grabbed some food or something. You remember that? We were sitting on the beach. We took that little tuk-tuk down.
The first thing I remember, and I might be jumping the gun on this, is it started to rain, and the roads got very slick.
Yes. Yeah.
And we jumped in a tuk-tuk, and we're going down. We're going downhill. And I'm sitting on the dashboard, essentially. If you look at like conventional cars, I would be sitting on the dashboard.
We were facing each other.
Passenger seat, and our driver would be the driver. So it was three of us in this small little tuk-tuk, and we start going downhill, and we start to hydroplane. And there's no railing or anything to go off the cliff. So
oh man, it was terrifying.
There was this realization between all three of us that, oh, okay, this is a thing, and it's happening. And we start hydroplaning to the side of the cliff, and the driver regains control. And there's a moment of silence, and then he turns his head and he goes, oh. Like, this is the face he does. This is the face. He does this face. He goes, oh.
Yeah.
Like, you got away with one. It was bad.
It was terrifying. We all had a good laugh, though.
We almost died immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But we didn't. That was one of the many times that we nearly died.
Yes. And we've nearly died on so many occasions. It's not even funny. I mean, it is funny, but it's not funny.
It would be less funny if we actually died.
You know, actually, I bet you the quota, if you go through all the stories and the trips, is once per trip, we have a brush with death. And this was ours for this.
Yeah.
Like probably a 45-degree angle, I don't know, 8% grade.
Yeah.
Small tuk-tuk, rubber wheels, no tread.
Yeah.
Overweight, slick road, no barrier into the ocean and a rocky cliff. Our guy loses control. We're about 5 feet from the edge, regains control.
Yeah.
Steers to safety. But it was completely out of our hands. I mean, honestly, 5 times out of 10, we go over that cliff.
Yeah, we owe somebody something for
so
that.
So lucky.
That was crazy.
What is it with you and me and cliffs? It's always a cliff.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't.
It's the same thing with Kyrgyzstan. It was a cliff, except it was snow this time instead of
rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, that's
But
but yeah.
so we didn't die, which was cool. I appreciate that. Then, but we made it down to that beach, chilled there for a minute. Um, Ended up going back on the way. No, was it on the way back? No, this was on the way back. Yeah, we just kind of hung out. There was a beer pong tournament that night. Remember?
There was.
That's where we met a bunch of those Brits, and a couple of Swedes, and
And those,
they were just like they were just lobsters. They were so burnt.
yeah.
Um, had a good conversation with them. That tournament kicked off. We lost horribly.
No,
We
no, we
lost.
won the first match and then we lost the second one.
That okay. Well, yeah,
And it was pretty much due to me not being able to play. I don't know. I just had an off night.
yeah, yeah. You were really bumming. I'm like, yo, we're just having fun, man.
I don't like to lose.
I know you don't.
I really don't like it.
I know this one got to you, but we
It's not-
lost.
and I used to be really good in college too, so in my monkey brain, I feel like I still have that skill, even though I had practiced in 7 years. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Hey, man. But that's all right because we still had fun. We ended up going out that night for some dancing.
Yeah, we cut some rugs. Shout out to our producer, Alberto.
Alberto, right there. Hey, buddy. Roberto.
Oh, yes, but we took another bitch wagon
Yes.
to the dance floor.
We did. And one back. That was.
Can you pull that video up on your phone?
I don't think I can. No, because I'm using my phone. I don't.
Right. Again, we need to figure out a way to pepper in videos.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
this one
we
was
do.
legendary. And
This
there
one
no
was
sound.
no sound, which I don't know what happened. It's almost better that there is no sound.
Correct.
It's
Because
still,
you don't need sound for this video.
no, because you know exactly what's going on. But yeah, so that was going in. That was, yeah, like did some dancing, wandered around, kicked it. That was a pretty chill night though that night, because we had island hopping the next day.
Sure.
So, island hopping, we had our little tour guy that was driving the boat, Jay. You remember him? He was like
Nope.
he's a spunky little dude, super friendly. He loved us. But anyway, hopped around a couple islands, did some scuba diving or some snorkeling, just some swimming, chilling on beaches, eating food, drinking drinks, just soaking
I
up the sun.
remember the cove. What
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, there's something about the terrain of the Philippines that I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It's just these giant rocks.
Volcanic rock with like almost tropical jungle on that rock.
Yeah, it was a sight to be seen for sure.
And honestly, the best sunsets in the game that I've ever seen anywhere
Same.
in the world.
You know, pound for pound, like the most consistent anyway. Like there's been some pretty beautiful sunsets, but every night was like, how is this better than the night before?
Right.
Unbelievable. But again, that was so did our island hopping, bopped around a little bit. And then that was another night we went out, I'm pretty sure. Or we might have called it early I think we called it early that night because you were doing some video editing and photo work because you just got done with Bruno Mars. I was working on some music, so we laid low that night. We did a good job. The next day was the kayak. You remember the kayak?
I remember the kayak.
So we rented a kayak. You swindled this guy like a champ.
I love to haggle. I love to just barter him down. Barter with the gypsies, Jordy.
Barter with gypsies. And you were good at it. So we got this guy we talked him down, got this kayak, started, I mentioned this. No, I didn't tell you this because you thought I was mad at you. So we get this kayak, get it out to the water. We start paddling. You're like, look, there's a big rock over there. Let's go to it. I'm like, okay. And that entire time, you by the way, you took a very amazing photo, like with from looking behind me to this rock. Like it was very well done.
Thank you.
Mainly because I was in it, but that's neither here.
Hey, you got a great back.
You got a great. I can't remember the quote, man.
Yeah, I mean, earlier that night I had shaved your back, and because it was getting too hairy, and then I made sure that it looked good for the photo shoot that we had that day.
Yeah,
but
so this whole time we're in this deep water, like the deepest blue. I'm not saying a word.
We